Can you believe this, my friends, that a simple sweet potato, the same one we boil every day just to lighten the stomach, can actually become a powerful, youth-reviving key for aging skin? It sounds almost too simple, too inexpensive, sitting quietly right there in the kitchen, yet when it is combined correctly with just a couple of other natural ingredients, it can help the skin feel softer, brighter, less dry, and recover faster than many expensive creams people often rely on. In today's video, we'll go slowly together and understand the skin-nourishing mechanism of sweet potatoes, why this humble root, when paired with two familiar ingredients from your kitchen, can create a calming, deeply hydrating, and naturally skin-renewing paste. I'll also guide you step by step on how to prepare the mask correctly, share a simple drink that nourishes mature skin from the inside, and finally go over essential golden principles to avoid clogged pores, prevent irritation, and help the skin repair itself gently and sustainably. If you've always believed that skincare only works when using expensive products, then after this video, you might find yourself seeing things differently, because sometimes, the most ordinary ingredients turn out to be the gentlest, most natural, and longest-lasting way to care for the skin. If you find these insights helpful, I'd love for you to like, subscribe to the Song Komwa Enge channel, and share with your loved ones, so everyone can take care of their skin and their health in a gentle, natural way. Now then, let's begin. And now, let's move into the details of this natural face mask formula that many middle-aged individuals truly trust. The first ingredient is the purple-skinned sweet potato with yellow or orange flesh, the familiar variety almost every household already has in the kitchen. For one mask application, you only need about half of a large sweet potato, around 80 to 100 grams, or one small piece, just enough for the whole face. When the sweet potato is fully boiled, its flesh becomes soft and easy to mash, while releasing gelatinized starch. This gelatinized starch has excellent moisture-holding ability. Once applied to the skin, it forms a light protective layer that locks in hydration, soothes dryness, and brings a naturally soft, cooling sensation. Sweet potatoes also contain beta-carotene, a precursor of vitamin A that is especially important for mature skin. Beta-carotene helps boost cell turnover, even out skin tone, and gradually brighten the complexion in a safe, natural way. Along with it comes vitamin C, vitamin B6, potassium, and magnesium, nutrients that support elasticity, reduce roughness, and help the skin barrier repair more effectively. Once cooked, the natural, cold nature of sweet potatoes decreases significantly, making the mixture warm, gentle, and more tolerable for those with sensitive or easily dehydrated skin. Mashing the sweet potato while it is still warm helps create a smooth texture and allows the nutrients to absorb into the skin more quickly and comfortably. Second ingredient, cornstarch, 1 tablespoon, about 8 to 10 grams. Cornstarch is made primarily of complex carbohydrates, and its starch structure is composed of two main components, amylose and amylopectin. The ratio between these two molecules determines how thick, smooth, and water-absorbent the starch becomes when heated. Besides these starch structures, cornstarch contains a very small amount of protein, usually less than 1%, is completely gluten-free, and has no fat content. Cornstarch also retains trace amounts of minerals such as magnesium, potassium, and phosphorus, along with tiny remnants of B vitamins after the extraction process. Although the quantities are minimal, they show that this is a clean, highly purified, and stable form of starch. On a microscopic level, cornstarch consists of small round or polygonal granules that gelatinize when exposed to hot water, meaning they absorb water and swell into a smooth gel. This property helps the mask mixture become softer, silkier, and easier to spread evenly across the skin. Third ingredient, natural oil, 1 to 2 teaspoons. For this recipe, you can use olive oil, coconut oil, or almond oil, as these oils contain fatty acid structures that suit mature skin well. Their primary components are unsaturated fatty acids such as oleic acid and linoleic acid, along with a small portion of saturated fatty acids that help stabilize the oil's texture. In addition to fatty acids, natural oils contain natural vitamin E, tocopherol, a potent antioxidant that protects the skin's barrier structure. They also contain phytosterols, plant-based compounds that help reduce transepidermal water loss, keeping the skin hydrated for longer periods. Some oils, like olive oil, also contain squalene, a lipid similar in structure to the skin's own natural oils, which allows it to blend more harmoniously with the skin without causing destabilization. Overall, natural oils are stable lipid mixtures that contain no protein, no water, virtually no carbohydrates, and very few impurities when properly cold-pressed. This high lipid structure creates their smooth, spreadable texture and gives them excellent stability when mixed into bases such as sweet potato or cornstarch. When these three ingredients come together, they form a natural moisturizing gel. The sweet potato provides deep hydration and nutrients. The cornstarch refines the texture and helps the mixture stay stable, and the natural oil locks in moisture, increases softness, and helps the skin retain hydration more effectively. When applied to the skin, the mask spreads gently, helping to hold moisture, soothe dry rough patches, improve elasticity, and support gradual but steady recovery in mature skin. Because of its warm, smooth, and creamy consistency, this mixture is especially suitable for older adults. It nourishes, calms, and softens the skin without clogging pores or feeling heavy, allowing the complexion to slowly become softer and brighter day by day. The method is very simple. Just boil a medium sweet potato until fully cooked. Then mash it thoroughly while it is still warm. In a separate step, dissolve 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in a small amount of water. Heat gently until it thickens. Then combine it with the mashed sweet potato until the mixture becomes smooth and cohesive. While the mixture is still warm, add 1 teaspoon of olive oil or a few drops of vitamin E and stir until everything blends perfectly. Let the mixture cool, then apply it to clean skin. Leave it on for about 15 to 20 minutes. Rinse with warm water, and finish with cool water to tighten the pores. If applied consistently 2 to 3 times a week, within a few weeks you'll notice softer, brighter, more hydrated, and more even-toned skin. However, those with very oily skin, enlarged pores, or active inflammatory acne should avoid olive oil because it may clog pores. Extremely sensitive skin types should patch test first, as cornstarch or vitamin E can occasionally cause mild irritation, and if there are open wounds or severe inflammation on the skin, this mask should not be applied at all. After using the mask, avoid going into direct sunlight immediately, as the skin may become more sensitive to UV exposure and darken more easily. When done correctly and consistently, this mask nourishes the skin naturally and sustainably, helping it become stronger and healthier each day, without the need for expensive skincare products. My dear friends, for the sweet potato mask and sweet potato water to truly work without causing unwanted effects, there are a few golden principles we need to follow. These may seem simple, but they determine how well the skin recovers and whether it can maintain long-term softness and radiance. The first thing to remember is to never use this mask when the skin is inflamed, severely irritated, experiencing large inflammatory acne, or has open wounds. Damaged skin is extremely sensitive to starches and oils, and applying a mask during this time may cause irritation or even increase the risk of infection. In moments like these, the skin needs to breathe and rest, not receive additional layers of product. The second principle is to avoid leaving the mask on for too long. Some people believe that the longer a mask stays on, the more nutrients the skin absorbs. But the truth is the opposite. Once a starch-based mask begins to dry, it pulls moisture out of the skin. causing tightness and increasing the chance of clogged pores. The ideal time for a sweet potato mask is 15 to 20 minutes, long enough for the skin to absorb nutrients, but not long enough to cause dehydration. Another important point is proper storage. Because this mixture is completely natural and contains no preservatives, it should only be kept in the refrigerator for 5 to 7 days. Always use a clean spoon when scooping it out to avoid bacterial contamination. If the mixture develops an unusual smell or separates excessively, it's best to discard it and make a fresh batch to keep your skin safe. There's also a detail many people overlook: adjusting how often you use the mask. If you're applying strong actives like retinol, AHA, or BHA, these ingredients already thin the outer layer of the skin and speed up cell turnover. Adding frequent masks on top may overwhelm the skin, leading to irritation or excessive dryness. If you're using these actives, limit the mask to twice a week and always pay attention to how your skin responds. Additionally, for the skin to recover properly, daily food and drink choices matter. Certain foods may taste delicious but can dehydrate the skin and make it darken more easily, such as fried foods, sugary treats, alcohol, and high caffeine drinks. These contribute to low-grade internal inflammation and slow down skin regeneration. If you're already taking the time to apply masks and drink warm sweet potato water, it's important to reduce these counterproductive foods so your skin can receive full nourishment. Whenever possible, increase your intake of fresh vegetables, low-sugar fruits, nuts, and plenty of clean water each day to support brighter, healthier, more resilient skin. When these golden principles are followed, the sweet potato mask and warm sweet potato water become a simple, safe, and truly sustainable way to care for the skin. Not only will the complexion improve within a few weeks, but it will also maintain long-term strength, clarity, and smooth radiance over time. My dear friends, before we end today's video, I want to share a small story, one that carries a lesson many of us can see ourselves in. There was a woman named Tu, in her early 60s, whose skin was always dry and dull no matter how often she applied face masks. One day, her granddaughter came to visit and asked, "Grandma, you only apply things on the outside? If you want beautiful skin, you have to nourish it from the inside, too." Then she lifted a sweet potato that was boiling on the stove, smiled, and said, "This part you mash and apply to your face. And the warm cooking water, you drink it, nourishing the outside with sweet potato, cornstarch, and natural oils, and nourishing the inside with warm sweet potato water. That's how the skin recovers faster." At first, Tu listened just to humor her granddaughter, still half doubtful, but she decided to try it anyway. And within just 2 weeks, she was surprised. Her skin felt softer, brighter, the dark patches faded noticeably, and even her sleep improved. She simply smiled and said something gentle yet wonderfully true. Turns out taking care of the skin doesn't have to be complicated, you just need to understand your body a little. From that simple story, I want to remind all of you of something very important. Caring for aging skin does not require dozens of products or complicated treatments. Just one boiled sweet potato, the flesh used as a nourishing mask, the warm water used to support the body from within, combined with a little consistency and a few small principles, and the skin can change day by day, gently and sustainably. What matters is not doing more, but doing right. Not choosing the most expensive products, but choosing what your body truly needs and what suits you best. I truly hope today's sharing gives you a simple but meaningful new habit to cherish your skin and care for your health in the most natural and peaceful way. If you found this video helpful, please kindly press like, subscribe to the Song Komwa Enge channel, and share it with your loved ones, so everyone can live healthier, happier, and more beautifully each day. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I wish you peace, health, and a skin that becomes more radiant every day. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.